tremble. Your one and only temple. You are living in the holy places.
Greetings and welcome to the Body Temple Institute's Cleanse and Fast. We're working to unlock our DNA and welcome back to the forefront, invoke back to the forefront our natural, original Black African mind. We're going to use the tool and strategy of cleansing and fasting. We'll be talking with Baba Mantu Ashakir.
Greetings, everybody. How you doing?
The Body Temple Institute has been working to heal African people since 2009 online, 2001 in real time. And what we are doing is monumental, because you cannot begin a revolution with only historical facts. You have to be strengthened and empowered from within. You have to be resilient within yourself, and your immune system has to be on point. Your body has to be in tip-top condition. And it is that we have to stand in that place. So, one of the tools we're going to use is fasting and cleansing. Baba is going to break it down to us. The difference between a fast and a cleanse, how to get into a productive fast, and how to use that fast in order to arm ourselves and protect ourselves.
All right. Greetings, everybody. Baba Mantu. One thing that we have to go into before we even start to talk about any of that, when we say you use the term revolution, and it's a very broadly used term and sometimes overused term. At the root of the word, it means change, and it means distinct change. One of the biggest things about that is, if you look at the world today, our people, and the reason we fight so hard and have to fight so hard is because our people are missing the boat. Even in neighborhoods that don't have I'll put it like this: everywhere you look now, people are trying to get healthier. There are more healthy options in all of the stores now. And if there's not one in the store directly by you, there's one close by. One of the main reasons why is because the Europeans are trying to get their health together. They realize they have no future. Trying to continue along the same path, they will become extinct in particular. So these things are not necessarily made available for you directly, but they are definitely available for your use. So that's the whole mission of the Body Temple, to wake our people up to the need, the necessity, because we have some old thought patterns that have been holding us back in our health, because the health issues that we have take more of our people away from us than police brutality and all of these things. And that's just being real. Statistically speaking, it is a very much higher, astronomically higher number. So we have to have some absolute accountability as it relates to taking charge of our own health. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and move forward with some fasting and cleansing and all of these things. Now, what we found over the years of our own experience and research, and I will say this is day 41 of a fruit juice fast for me. And this isn't the first time I've done an extended one. I've done several in my life, and we've been at this for 25 years now. I don't say that at all in any type of way to brag, but only to say you can put some level of trust along with more of your own research in what we say, because we're not just out to tell people what they want to hear. A lot of times people don't want to hear the truth, but we're required to say it anyway. So with the whole cleansing and fasting thing, what we found over the years is that a transitional methodology tends to be a lot more longer lasting. It tends to get long-term results that don't go away. You will hear today about all kinds of things. People just trying to live on fruit, and then they go back, and then they're back eating meat. You know, they go all the way back. You know, but with the transitional type of approach to life and to healing, you tend to have. We found that you know that you'll tend to have better results.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, brother Isha, you know,
Ishaya,
shout out to your
Mama
family.
Christine.
Yes, everybody here.
Colleen,
All right, peace, family.
Shannon. I haven't seen you, Shannon, in a long time. I'll be looking for your work. Body temple.
Right.
Greetings, Marissa.
So, one thing we'll deal with cleansing today, and we'll deal with fasting, and there is oftentimes a thin line between them. With cleansing the body, or what people would call detoxing, you are making a conscious effort to facilitate your organs to remove toxins, waste, mucus, acids, all of these things that are excessively built up in the body. Now, a fast can do the same thing if done correctly. It's just a more advanced methodology of doing the same thing. It's a fast because it works a little faster, which may or may not be good depending on the condition that you have. But for a lot of people, just eating basic fruits and vegetables would be considered a cleanse, but that could also be considered a fast for someone. It just depends on where you're coming from.
What's the difference between cleansing and fasting? See, a lot of people are getting it mixed. As a matter of fact, a lot of people are diving into a fast and actually belly busting themselves and ending up falling off of their fast.
Right. But like, yeah, like, so again, they do the same thing. Excuse me. They do the same thing, but the fast is the more advanced level. And so basically what they're doing in those circumstances is trying to skip steps. In a cleanse, a rational cleanse would be to start with just eating fruit and salads and even some cooked vegetables as an intestinal broom to gradually push out the poisons and get the organs more active and acclimated, as opposed to a fast, which, if you're not really ready for it, can be more of a shock to the body. And that's what they're experiencing. They're experiencing that shock. It creates immense cravings that they can't resist, and then they fall all the way off. So cleansing and fasting, again, I'm going to keep saying it over, they do the same thing. It's just fasting is like a higher level of doing that. And it's really up to you and anyone who works with you to be realistic about where you're actually at, to understand how you need to proceed.
And I feel like to have a relationship with your body, in order to understand that your body works in process. It doesn't work in big splashes. It doesn't work in surprises. Actually, it doesn't work in abrupt changes, my point is.
Right.
It works in processing. So there is a process leading up to you getting pissed off. This whole thing today about going from 0 to 100, we really don't do that. It's only acting until you finally get to 100, for real.
Right.
Because there are hormonal responses that have to happen, nerve synapses that have to respond, that have to go into your body. They go into your body in order to produce this response. So with a cleanse, you use a cleanse first in order to cleanse away like bulk toxins, impacted fecal matter on your bowels, the cholesterol or the congestion that is in your organs. Move that out of the way first with green vegetables, fruits, You want to use a lot of those fruits because what they do is similar to the reason why you use the lemon or the orange or the lime in your dishwashing detergent. It cleans away the grease. It cleans away the surface grime. You want to clean that away. You want to eliminate that first, and then you want to get down to the cellular level. The fruit can help you get down to the cellular level to remove congestion. Then you want to use the fiber in vegetables in order to remove that big debris, that fecal matter, that cholesterol congestion in your arteries. Move that on out, because that's what garlic does. Garlic helps to not only dissolve, and not only create circulation, but it's a mover. Right. So let's get those things out of the way first. Let's use the tool of enemas even to remove mechanical obstruction in order to move that out of the way first. And then we can finally bring our body. And once we take our body through that, then we can finally get to that process of fasting. We have to cleanse first and get to that process of fasting in which we rest our body. That's what fasting is, resting. Cleansing is doing the elbow grease of
yes,
scrubbing
colonics
that.
are good too.
Yes.
Well, now what we found is colonics can be expensive, and do them if you can, but not at the expense of doing more regular enemas.
Still do the regular.
Because the colonic is a one-time thing for most people, and because of things not being loosened over time, you can only get so much out at once. Another I wanted to ride on the point that you made about the dishwashing liquid. See, this is why we don't particularly just advocate water fasting anyway. Because even think of your fast as a cleansing fast. That's another way of putting terminology together. Mm-hmm. Because do you wash your dishes with just plain water? Or do you wash them with dishwashing liquid and hot water? So it's the same thing with the body. Sometimes it's just you need solvents, if you want to think of it like that. So you definitely need to be loosening things from the walls of the intestines, from the bloodstream, from the kidneys, the liver, all of these things. And that we found that nature provides all of the things that we need to really do that. Even the cleansing herbs, which is, Mama.
We'll go into next.
Yeah,
right
we
now.
can get, that goes in conjunction. Mm-hmm. So when you think of a cleanse, think of it holistically. Think of a cleansing diet. Think of maybe short juice fasting. Think of it with enemas and colonics, as Mama Christine said, and breathing exercises. All of these things work in conjunction with one another. Yes. To really cause the body to expel, because that's really what it's all about.
One of the things that Baba used to do also, Baba Willie Smart would do a long time ago, was he would do 3-day fast. Just simple 3-day fast. Also, Mama Devitra, who I have been talking to and supporting in a fast, she said she started out with 3-day fast. These 3-day fasts help you to, one, find your will and resolve. See, that's a part of it too. We're always talking about our the food that we consume, or the food that we do no longer consume on a cleanse or a fast, but talk about the resolve that you have to build up in order to.
Well, the first thing I would say about the resolve, and it's in conjunction with the point you just made, is that, first of all, do not feel guilty based upon stuff you see on the internet. Mm-hmm. First of all, there's a lot of fake stuff out there, and people just trying to make money and sell their books and products and all of these things. Mm-hmm. And when you really investigate them and talk to them in person, they don't even live that way. So don't let yourself get drawn into this idea that you just wake up one day and you want to fast for 90 days on juice. Don't fall into that. And so that's the first place to use your resolve. Do not feel guilty about this. Their 3-day fast is beautiful. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Don't feel guilty because you didn't do 30 days. consistently use a cleansing diet and 3-day fast, and you will probably get a lot more results than when you just try to do something what people would call extreme, and then end up falling completely off. You know that in a yo-yo type Oprah fashion, I guess to say. No disrespect to Oprah, but
yeah,
you
but
know what I
yo-yo
mean?
diet, yeah. And then it becomes a yo-yo diet. The objective of any cleansing fast is to support you on moving into a higher level of liberty.
Right.
You know, and this higher level of liberty will then support you in a higher level of manifesting into the world properly. You know, that's the objective for us as we talk about cleansing to unlock our ancient DNA. The objective is not just for political reasons. It's not just to say that I've done it or I get props and kudos for that. No, the objective is to really get down deep and unlock your DNA so we can really become authentic.
Right.
It's not just to hang. This is not a race or a longevity race here, a longevity competition here. Actually, this is actually invoking our ancient DNA in order to be able to think properly, in order to free ourselves from the program thinking and free ourselves from the self-destructive behaviors that we have. There is a deeper reason for this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we really should not be on this, whole cleanse ideology for vain reasons. We're not anorexics. We're not seeking to be, look how bony I am or how thin. No, we are seeking to go back into that ancient DNA and reawaken that original genius.
Right. So with that being said, you know, what we wanted to focus on today was a few levels of cleansing and fasting. And I'll use that terminology interchangeably. Because and I'll just say three or four, because there are infinite number of different ways to approach things, and you'll see a lot of them on the net and everything. But these are three general approaches that we found to be effective, and they can be fine-tuned to your situation. The first one that we mentioned earlier was a mucusless liberty, consisting of fruits, you know, raw fruits, or even like stuff like applesauce or whatever, if that's too aggressive, and salads and cooked vegetables. You would leave off starches, you would leave off grains, you would leave off all, of course, meat and meat analogs, everything. You would leave off everything except for fruits and vegetables in its various forms. You would be careful. You would be conscious to use things like garlic to help expel mucus. You know, even onions will do the same thing. But it would be a concentrated period of cleansing, with the idea that you're going to facilitate your organs in eliminating waste.
Mm-hmm. Conceive of, these are the things that you would eliminate from your liberty. You would eliminate potatoes, rice, nuts, seeds,
Right.
grains
Right.
of all kinds, noodles, pasta.
Right. Soy cheese, almond milk. All of these things.
Right.
You just want to do fruits and vegetables.
Only. I wanted to be clear on that. Beans. Anything. Because a lot of times people go, well, I can still eat beans, right? No.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or I can still eat quinoa? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're on a cleanse, you only want the dissolving power of fruit and the fiber moving power of vegetables. Thus, you don't eat any fats, or like avocado. Do avocado to help in the beginning, like that beginning week, to kind of help you to throttle down. But then eventually eliminate avocado.
Yeah. Definitely would want to, on a serious cleanse, not use the avocado. It's just too concentrated, you know, for organ elimination.
Yeah.
You know, now I guess we should have really started before I even went into that level with how to prepare, because just like Mama Mawusi said, You can start out with certain things like that until you're ready to do a deeper cleanse. You can do the avocado. You can even do beans. But how I would suggest doing it as to lead up to a cleanse or a juice fast or something is that you gradually take your portions down to everything. Even to be prepared for a fruit and vegetable cleanse, take a small amount of beans and mix it in with a whole bunch of cooked vegetables and make it more cooked vegetables than beans.
Right.
Same thing can be
Baby
done
steps.
with pasta, which we would only advocate using whole wheat or whole grain pasta. Spelt and all of that kind of stuff is even better. Quinoa and all of those things, and you can make it more vegetables than you make it the starch. And that's a way to build up to even doing a cleanse like this in the first place. You know, so with that being said, that's some of the ways to build up to it. Have more days of the week. Start off with 1 day a week where you only eat fruits and vegetables. You know, you have to have a starting point, and don't feel guilty if that's where you need to start. This is not a competition, you know, because there's so many different levels, and you know, and people. Some of the people who are real out there that you find on the internet have been doing what they've been doing for a long time, like us. You know what I mean? And so the results will look different on them. You know, they might not be as drawn in on the fast because their body's used to it. And, you know, it just does what it needs to do, and then you know, then you move on out of it.
Yeah.
So, you know, gradually build up to even doing a cleanse. By incorporating small amounts of these things, as small as possible, as you can stand. You know what I mean? But don't feel guilty if you use a few of them. But when you actually do like a base level type of cleanse that can be considered a fast for some, you want to leave them off entirely and just do the fruits.
To that next level.
Right. So again, the fruits, all of the fresh fruits, meaning, you know, the sweet fruits, the oranges, apples. You know, bananas. Let's go there. You really would want to leave bananas off on a deeper cleanse. Also because they're being so concentrated.
So, like, let's take a look at 4 weeks. Imagine 4 weeks. That first week, we're going to step into it, and we're going to include beans. This is our regular. We're on our regular diet now. This is Sunday. So Sunday, I'm going to have less beans than I would usually have, and I'm going to have a lot of broccoli and a lot of cauliflower together. And I'm going to eat that. Then I go into my Monday, which now I have a breakfast, lunch, and a dinner. So my breakfast will be fruit, and then I'm going to wait till later to have a milkshake smoothie type of thing. And then I'm going to go into my lunch, which will be a salad, and it may have a lot of avocado on it. And for dinner, I may have my noodles, but I'm going to have, let's say, a lot of broccoli with it.
Right.
Try to have a lot of broccoli with it. That's first week. Second week, it's going to be to leave off the beans, the noodles, and the milk and the almond milk in my milkshake or my protein drink or whatever you choose for breakfast, whatever. I'm going to leave off that. Period. I'm not going to have it anymore throughout the rest of this, let's say, 4-week cleansing fast. So then I'm going to start off my Sunday with my breakfast is fruit. As a matter of fact, I'm going to allow myself to have as much fruit as I like. From 8 a.m. when I wake up until noon, I'm going to have oranges, bananas, cherries, grapes,
Okay, let me
whatever.
let me
How
just,
do I do that?
Let me just step in right there. I would say exercise control with the fruits because they tend to stir up cravings. So when she says eat as much fruit as is comfortable. But if it starts making you have cravings for something that's way outside of what you're trying to do right then, you want to back up a little bit on the fruit.
And check it out. Drink water to dilute your bloodstream at that point. Drink water.
Right. And you know, and don't even be afraid for put it like this: we're not what you would call raw food fanatics, because some people, depending on their condition, may want to start with applesauce. They might want to actually heat up their applesauce and put cinnamon in it, some raisins, no sugar, but you know, and do something like that because the raw food is too aggressive. So bear with us. We're trying to speak on all the levels here at the same time, and some of you might not need to do that, but there may be someone who does. Let us also state this now. We should have said this earlier also, that we're talking to relatively healthy people here who are taking responsibility for their own health. If you have some type of condition, it may be something different, a different approach that you have to take to it. But we're definitely talking to people who are taking responsibility for their own health and assuming that you don't have any major health issues for which you might need some serious monitoring in the situation. This is for people who are self-healing. So on the first level, just to recap, we got the raw fruit, even the stewed fruit if you need it. Salads at lunchtime is a great time to have that, and definitely salad and cooked vegetables for dinner. Once you get into the swing of a full cleanse. The length of time, we're not going to really touch that so much because you would really need to determine based upon your lifestyle, your goals, your past history, how much experience you have. That would be something that I would just say, don't carry it to the point of extreme weakness. Don't carry it to the point of extreme craving.
This is not a race or a competition. This is a journey. And how long it takes is not relevant to the next man. It is a very personal journey.
That's so true, and we have to continuously say that because the internet makes it feel like a race. You know, in the raw food community, there's something wrong with you if you don't just immediately overnight just eat nothing but raw foods. And what we found over the years is that even a lot of them have jumped into raw foods, but they never really cleansed because they jump right into nut patties and all of these concentrated foods that kind of block their ability to eliminate some of the toxins that they could have eliminated had they used even cooked vegetables and things of that nature to relieve their organs more.
And allow their body to go through its natural process rather than just strip them away.
Another level of cleansing, would be what we would call a raw mucusless cleanse. And we have to keep saying mucusless because mucus forming foods, even in the raw form, could be the nuts and seeds tend to, if used excessively, tend to form mucus and block the body from releasing the mucus that's already built up. Mm-hmm. It just doesn't allow it to release as well. So a secondary level of cleanse could possibly be raw fruits and raw vegetables, and with that we really mean salads. You would want to stay away from the nuts and seeds. You would want to limit avocados, truthfully, to no more than one a day, and we'll get more into that later on, because it's a very concentrated food, and you will see some raw fooders who eat like 5 or 6 a day, and what I found is, even from my own experience of doing that many years ago, is that it builds up a level of uric acid in the body. You'll notice with your urine being very strong, and these things that that concentrated fat like that taxes the body as well. Mm-hmm. So raw fruits and salads, it would be a secondary level of cleanse. To build up to a juice fast, a liquid fast. With the raw mucusless, I would say that all of the lettuces, the spinaches, the starchless vegetables, Some people enjoy eating, you know, like raw broccoli and stuff like that. As an intestinal broom, I don't really see anything wrong with that, because you're only going to eat so much of it. You just won't desire to eat a lot of it. Carrots, I know there's some controversy over carrots today and all of the hybrid conversation and everything, but and garlic. But I would say definitely utilize some garlic to expel mucus from the body. And I would also say carrots aren't the worst thing in the world. If you enjoy them, use them. If you don't worry about it. You know what I mean? You can even shred beets. You know, once you're ready to get into the raw level of cleansing, then the colors start to become important for your psyche. It's like color therapy. And so you will want to have, we use bell peppers, but we don't just use the green ones. We use the yellow ones, the orange ones, the red ones. It's just kind of like a color therapy in seeing your salad look that way.
It's actually like we need to do that anyway. Whatever your diet liberty is, you need to eat more colors. I'm
Right.
just busting in on that
No, go
point
ahead.
because
I agree.
we
Even cook,
actually
you
are
should.
depressed because our plates are brown and white and black. We don't even vary. We actually try to play it off and vary our colors with our seasonings and try to put a little red seasoning on or something like that. That's not enough. You really need to see the colors. And we have tricked ourselves out of using colorful foods, having come from a place where colorful foods were plentiful.
Right.
You know, come from the tropical areas and coming from Africa and these different places, colorful foods were plentiful. And then we come here into the ice cold, freezing cold turtleneck weather, and all we're eating is browns and whites and blacks. No, those are devitalized, drained foods. That's what happens when there is no melanin, no pigmentation, no color. We must eat color in order to still maintain our color.
That's true. That's true. And a lot of times, even vegans, which we didn't really touch on because we're really just talking about cleansing more so today. You will notice that a lot of vegans will eat a lot of vegan ice cream. A lot of devitalized stuff that doesn't have much color to it. And so, you know, it definitely is. Whatever you choose for your whole diet or liberty, as we say, should be something that facilitates healing in your body and will not only assimilate but more so eliminate well.
Yeah.
Because I can't see anything being of any real value if it doesn't get out of your body in a timely manner.
Right. I want to also chime in about elimination, maybe chime in about herbs. We use different herbs in order to create a stimulant effect, in order to stimulate the body to let go. You have to realize our psychology creates our physiology. So with that, a lot of times frustration, irritation, anger makes us hold on to our waist, like we hold on to our baggage. And so we have to use that senna or that cascara sagrada or that aloe in order to help stimulate our body to let go. And so in that letting go, we have bowel cleansers. We use bowel cleansers to help us to release. Circulation is an eliminative tool also. So to boost your circulation, you can use things like cayenne pepper, garlic, ginger, and your juices to create the stimulation in order to even, like for instance, we're using carrot juice. A recipe is carrot, apple, and ginger. Mm-hmm. Or carrot, pear, and ginger. That's even better. And doing carrot, pear, and ginger, that carrot, that vitamin A needs to get to your eyes. But that ginger is the fuel, the stimulant to help it to get there.
Right.
Also, we need to kidneys. Right. When we're working with the kidneys and liver, we use cucumber, and that cucumber gets to your kidneys and liver by using that ginger. I would use a ginger. You can use even a cayenne. And then also you might want to use some lemon in order to work with that liver and kidneys. Work with your liver and kidneys to help to squeeze, to help to support elimination. It also dissolves. So you're going to use those principles. Those principles of fruit, of root, and of well, cucumbers are fruit also, to help your body to eliminate.
Yeah, and some other cleansing herbs that I'm sure you talk about on another one of these meetups. And that would kind of segue us into talking about a fruit and vegetable juice factory.
You don't shed no tears,